Like the number of bones in the human ear, this video has 3 parts. If just one of these parts interests you, there should be some time codes down in the description, and you should be able to jump to each individual one if you so choose. So let's get started. Part 1. Requests. It took about a year for this channel to reach 200 subscribers, and then another year to reach 1,861. And now, not even halfway into year 3, it's over 5,000. It feels like just yesterday that I was making my 1,000 subscribers special, and now, just a handful of months later, here we are at 5K. So once again, thank you. It's all of you who have made this channel a success, not just me. But here is also where things get a bit dicey. Just like I said in my 1,000 subscriber video, I get more requests per video than I can possibly handle. As of recording this, there are over 100 unique video requests, and that is just going to get further backed up going forward. I am never going to run out of requests, which in some sense is a good thing. I'm always going to have a list of subjects that at least someone out there is interested in. But all the same, if people just stopped magically submitting requests and I did nothing but fulfill those requests, it would take me over 2 years to get through the things that people have requested already. So while I'm always going to be happy to take new requests, the chances of any request being fulfilled in a reasonable time frame is frankly non-existent. Instead of a request queue, where subjects were just put in and then done on a chronological basis based on who requested a video first, every request I've gotten since I hit 1,000 subscribers in October of last year has been put into a request pool. And in the request pool, I don't make a promise to actually make one of those videos if there's only 1 or 2 people requesting a video. The request pool allows me to keep track of which subjects are more popular. I keep track of individual requests. So a subject like Gustav Mahler, people want to see a video about Gustav Mahler, he has risen to the top of the request pool. The reason I haven't done a video on Mahler yet is because I still want to fulfill my obligations to all of the video subjects that are right now still in the request queue. I'm still going through the queue, which stopped taking new entrants when I hit 1,000 subscribers last October. And I don't feel it's right for me to go and fulfill something at the top of the pool if I've promised a subject to be fulfilled in the queue. I want to be consistent in how I'm approaching handling these requests. So to recap, as of right now, I'm still working my way through the request queue, which consists of all the requests submitted before October of last year. And when that is exhausted, I'll retire it and move on to the request pool, where I will pull video subjects off of the top. I will skim it for the most popular subjects, and I will also have the ability to intersperse those videos with videos that I want to make. Things that I think would be interesting but go outside the usual scope of the channel or what the channel has become. A link to the current request queue and request pool is down in the description. Part 2. Q&A. I've noticed, especially recently, that I've been getting a lot more questions that pertain to my own experiences and opinions versus the more objective realms of musicology and music theory. And while I've never actively encouraged people to do this, I'm more than happy to answer those questions should they arise. This did get me wondering if there was any sort of interest out there for some kind of full-on Q&A video, if you had any burning questions about the behind the scenes or what I do in my everyday life. I don't know, it could be interesting. If there's a critical mass, I'll do a video on it, but if there's not, I won't bother. If you do have questions, however, just feel free to put them down in the comments. Part 3. Patreon, or more broadly, ways to help fund the channel. In case you're not familiar, Patreon is a crowdfunding site where people can pledge small amounts of money that recur over various intervals to various creators. And in exchange, usually they get some kind of perk out of it. These different perks are tied to different tiers of donation levels, generally speaking. I mentioned this as a possibility briefly in my 1,000 subscriber video, and I said that my only real opposition to it was in finding some way of providing good perks. And honestly, this is still a subject that's kinda stumping me. I don't want this pay-to-play system where spots in a queue are bought and sold. Considering how magnificently the request queue got gummed up from all the people requesting videos and me trying to get through them all in chronological order, I don't want to do that again, and especially if people have money tied to it. I could offer composition lessons by correspondence commensurate with the amount that the patron pledges, But not everyone who subscribes to this channel is a composer looking for composition lessons, so that's not going to be something everyone could take advantage of equally. The only other option that I can possibly think of is having a set of exclusive posts, which I don't even know what they would be. Would they be links to interesting sources that I come across when I'm researching these videos? Would they be some kind of exclusive Q&A videos? I don't know. If you think a Patreon for this channel is a good idea and you have any ideas for substantive perks, just put them down in the comments, because honestly, I'm at a loss. I need your help. In lieu of Patreon, or at least until one is set up, if you're at all interested in helping the channel out, you can do so through my Bandcamp page, where I put all of my music. The link is in the description. Both Bandcamp and PayPal get a cut, but it's relatively small. And I really do feel like people who want to support the channel should get some kind of tangible reward. The difference is that you can't do small recurring pledges through Bandcamp. You have to do it all in some one-time donation. All of the singles and albums on there have a set base price, but I allow buyers to purchase it for larger amounts if they so choose. What's on there is basically all the music that I've ever written that I also have the legal opportunity to sell, which means not all of it, but a good chunk of it. And this runs the gamut from one-off collaborations with choreographers to a full-fledged symphonic movement. Any money I get through Bandcamp sales would likely just go back into this channel anyway, but if you want to make your intentions crystal clear, there is a way for you to write me a note through Bandcamp. So the question remains, what does funding the channel even mean? I wouldn't just pocket the money. I don't think that's an ethical thing to do if you're looking to raise money for an educational effort. And the Classical Nerd channel is not something that I intended to be some kind of profitable enterprise. Money would go towards things like a bigger set. You think I like being this close to the camera? You think I like having both of my legs fall asleep every time I have to film something just because the bookshelf is inadequate? No, not really. I mean, just look at this thing. I don't know if you can tell, but it's sagging. This thing isn't structurally sound. I would also like to eventually be able to fund trips to cool music-related sites around North America, or even, dare I say, the entire world. I really enjoyed visiting the National Music Museum in Vermilion, South Dakota, but that just happened to be a byproduct of a long-planned family vacation, and in any event, I'd really like going to a place that actually responds to emails. But anyway, once again, thank you for your continued support of this channel and its mission to bring the stories of music history to an ever wider audience. I look forward to checking in again at 10K.